All right, everyone, welcome back to the Chelsea News. We need to talk about three players today. We're talking about Azpilicueta, obviously. We need to talk about Moises Caicedo and Dembele, of all people. I never thought we would be talking about him possibly coming to Chelsea. But first, let's start with the big news. Azpilicueta is leaving the club, which, again, we all saw this coming, but still, what a remarkable player that we had with Azpilicueta. Came in for $7 million. Again, just such a great price for a player that had such a long career at Chelsea. 11 years, won 9 titles, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Won pretty much everything you can possibly win as a captain and also a Chelsea player. I think the only thing he may be missing is a Community Shield, but still, who cares about that? Won the Champions League, won Europa League, won the FA Cup, won the League Cup, and obviously won the Premier League with Chelsea. Great player through and through, even played in multiple positions. Jose Mourinho said it best that he was a player, if he had 11 players of Azpilicueta, could win the Champions League. And I agree. The player, again, is just a driven player, doesn't make a peep, plays for the badge, and again, just a player that's going to be very, very difficult to fill those shoes and fill that role. But again, applaud Azpilicueta for what he's did at Chelsea. I'm happy I bought his jersey. Club legend. Again, just happy we signed that player back when we did. One player or one person on Reddit said it best, that Azpilicueta was not the brightest star at this club, but he was our North Star. Throughout this entire time, he was someone that, again, players could look at and, again, kind of play the way he played or, again, have the same attitude at the club. And therefore, again, his attitude, his determination is going to be missed in the locker room. But still, there are other players that can step up and do that for Chelsea as well. Again, big shoes to fill in, but again, thank you, Azpilicueta, for what you did for this club. Now, the second player we need to talk about is Moises Caicedo. This, again, is heartbreaking. It seems like Brighton are not going to back down for the $100 million, which is way too much for us to pay for a CDM, especially a player of his age as of right now. Yes, he did quite well at Brighton last year, but $100 million is not worth it. At that price range, we'd have been better off going with Declan Rice, who, again, went to Arsenal, but still, the fact is that they're looking to get $100 million for, again, the same price as Declan Rice. Those are two players that play pretty much in the same position, yet Declan Rice has done a lot more in the league itself. And yes, I understand he has a long contract now at Brighton, but the fact is that Brighton did promise him if teams came knocking, they would let him go for the right price. But $100 million, I'm not too sure if Chelsea can go back and forth in this, because $80 million is really what should be offered. We want to bring this player in before preseason starts, because if not, that's going to be really difficult to get him implemented into the squad. So maybe Chelsea now are going to be looking to bring a different CDM player in. I'm not sure exactly who's going to be on the radar. There's obviously players out there that they can look at, but still, Moises Caicedo may not be that player that's going to be playing for Chelsea next season. I'm 100% sure yet. But what do you guys think? Should we spend $100 million for him? Comment down below. And the last player we need to talk about is Dembele. Again, this player, I'm not too sure how I feel about it. His release clause is $12 million, which, again, is not that high. It could be a good gamble. I understand that Pochettino does want this player, but Dembele has his highs and he has his lows. And therefore, again, this might be a player that could disrupt the locker room. I don't know, though, because, like I said, maybe he wants to play for Chelsea. Maybe he wants to play for Pochettino. Maybe he wants to play in the Premier League. There could be all these what-ifs, and I do not know how this player could handle the Premier League. We've seen time and time players come to the Premier League shine brightly, but we've also seen players not shine brightly. And Dembele could go either direction. And again, with his injury crisis that he's had, or the history of his injuries, there might not even be a player that comes in and plays a full season. And that, again, could be very difficult. But like I said, for $12 million, Chelsea could gamble on this. And therefore, again, he is a creative player. I just don't know exactly where he would fit into the system. But he still would be a fun player. I would love to see him play at Chelsea. He's one of those players that, again, I've always wanted to play at Chelsea. And now that time's coming, it's maybe past the time frame that I wanted. But still, at the same time, roll back the window a little bit. We could bring him in and still see him play a little bit, which would be good. So, again, I want to know what you guys think. I'm kind of indifferent, but again, at the same time, I understand if we do not sign him because of his age, injuries, and all that, because, again, we're looking to build Chelsea with these younger players and get them going in the right direction. Bringing a player like Dembele could almost wreck that, so, again, it would make sense not to bring him in. So, that is all I have for you today in the Chelsea news. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that, and I will see you in our next video.